The place is sort of quite magical down in Ballykissangel anyway. It's got a lovely atmosphere to it. When we met, there was a very definite atmosphere, which was just great. It was like being on holiday, in fact. And I think probably a lot of that, transferred itself onto film, because there was a great feel about it from the very word go. What do we do? Are we just walking up?
Well, what you will be doing is just coming. Stephen's going to drive past in his red Fiesta. We'll be down there, the other side, so we'll see river, bridge, Stephen's car, and then we end up in the two of you, and you're walking in the opposite direction across the bridge. Stephen's car goes past us as you're coming around the bend.
Am I going straight on?
You'll be straight on down there.
Right.
Just keep between the hedges. Okay, and Stephen goes past, and action.
Hello, sailor.
As a group of actors, we bonded together very well. Everyone's firing off each other, but I think that's down to Kieran's scripts, the way that all the characters are very well fleshed out. Well, we as characters took to each other very well, and also off screen as well. There was a bit of, going through the scripts. Going to the pub, basically, and just a few pints. Mr. Caffrey's just informed.
We work at the bar a lot, don't we? We're fond of a drink, aren't we? We'd like a drink, don't we?
Yes, some of us quite a lot of.
Some of us like
pints,
more than
yes.
others. Won't mention any names, of course.
I've been known to visit the occasional hostelry for a half shandy every so often, yeah.
Yeah, my character plays a drinker. He drinks heavily and plays dominoes and does the crossword. So you have to get into character every now and again, But my tip is start early.
Well, you see, Frank is a really intelligent guy.
But I have to play stupid in
But
this
he has
show.
to play stupid in it.
The characters just interplayed with each other. There was a great sense of fun, a bit of devilment.
If it'd been Frankie has the ability to move extremely small objects
By force of will.
by force of will. He can look at very small things, like things that the human eye can't see, like angels dancing on the head of a pin and all that. He can move them by the power of thought.
But they won't write that into the show.
There's a lovely feel of the entire company. And I'm not just talking about the cast now, I'm talking about the crew as well. And I've worked with a lot of them before, and I've worked with them since. And it's just a pleasure all the time. You look forward to going to work, which is a very lucky position to be in. You can say, hey, I'm going to work today,
So they want to start where they started for the previous rehearsal, don't they? They want to start where they started for the previous rehearsal, don't they, rather than coming around?
They're going to Pat's do it tonight.
What's the occasion?
His son's birthday, 18th.
Oh,
But most of the crew are going.
called 51s.
No, it used to be called.
It used to be called a 51.
Now called...
It's now called Flaherty.
Our first thing was up the mountain in the truck in Lugala when the
Confession
box
boxes.
fell
I
off.
think our first day shooting.
And I have to say, I didn't know what was going on though. I thought, this isn't going to work. But it did. I thought it was a very, very funny scene, actually. The confession box stole the show, though. And it's never gotten apart since. It hasn't come up in any other episodes.
I haven't seen a flying confessional in a long time now, but they do exist, I'm sure.
The things that actually ended up rolling down the hill were lethal. They were solid metal with wood cladding round, and they came down that hill at a huge rate of knots. And when you see it go past the bus, it missed the bus by an absolute fraction. It was beautifully done.
This has been an extraordinary experience, and I know that people who've worked on it now for this is the third series we're filming at the moment, they've all come back to work on it because we have a great time. Now, the work schedule itself is very intense. I just better add that in, I do work very hard, but it's just this camaraderie and friendship on set, and life goes on. People have down days, good days, bad days, but we all pull together. So it's tremendous, it really is.
Just one shot. I will cover you, actually, Stephen.
Right. I think the first time I thought the character might be working was when I was walking up the road towards the church in Avoca. About 20 yards behind me was Deirdre Donnelly, who plays Siobhan, the vet. And two of the locals walked past Richard and I first. And then as Deirdre overheard the two of them saying, "Jays, well, he can hear my confession any time." So I thought, yes, good, it's working.
Well, I think the unresolved sexual tension is very important. There was a series way back called Moonlighting with Bruce Willis, and I think that hooked audiences. I think there's too much blatant sexuality on the screens, and people want a sense of romance, and they feed off it. It's exciting, and I think if they ever got it together, it's the end of that magical relationship. So in order to keep that essence alive, we two have never got to do it on screen anyhow.